A common exercise that we see being done for the posterior chain is hip extensions. And while they are a great exercise, most of the time they aren't done properly. So a few ways that I see this done that I want you to stop doing immediately. First of all is doing this. Placing your feet on the edge of the bench, lifting the hips up, back down, up, back down, up, back down. The problem with this is that you're putting yourself into a pushing motion instead of either a pulling motion. We'll activate the quads rather than the hams and the glutes. So the three exercises that we're going to go through, and the variations of these are going to be a double leg, hip extensions with their feet up on the bench. We're going to do a single leg, and then we're going to be using a med ball as well. So in terms of how far forward or how far back to go, play with that a little bit with your clients. So do me a favor, I want you to lift your hips up. Lift them up again, lift them up again. No, just up, higher, 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 higher. Really ensure that the hips are all the way up. Now in this position, take your heels and imagine pulling that bench towards you. So what they're trying to do is pull the feet in, which will engage the hamstrings. What we want happening here is the hamstrings, glutes, and lower back all working together as a team. Slowly come back down, drive the hips up again, pull the bench in. Good. Now what the client can do is shift forward a little bit more, drop your hips down and come in. Do the same exercise for me. What position feels better through the hamstrings and glutes?
Closer.
Okay, so play around with positioning. So if it's further back, they can engage the glutes and hands a little bit better, use that positioning. If further in is more effective for that client, you can use that positioning as well. Once two legs is easy for that person, we can cross one leg over, and we can do the same thing with a single leg version. So go ahead, drive the hips up, pull that foot in, engage the hams and glutes, come back down, and then back up. When this gets easier, we then switch over to a med ball version of this. So we'll place the med ball. Now what makes this very challenging is that the hamstring is forced. So if you keep that ball in that position, as you lift the hips up, what the hamstring or what the leg wants to do, that ball wants to roll forward. So invariably that hamstring has to contract by pulling in and keeping that ball in one place. This is a more advanced exercise. So this leg will be up in the air, driving the hips up without that ball going anywhere. Good, come back down, hips up as high as you can, and then back down. So 3 variations of the hip extensions.